The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Aristotle.
What if I told you that the most powerful force in your life has been flowing through you all along, yet almost nobody is taught to touch it? In less than 60 seconds, you can feel it stirring under your skin, like a hidden current that turns thoughts into reality and emotions into fire. The paradox? It's not something new you need to add, it's something ancient you've been ignoring. Stay with me, because once you sense this for yourself, you'll never look at your own breath, body, or spirit the same way again. Have you ever felt a sudden spark inside you, like a hidden current waking up every cell of your body? Across cultures, sages gave that force different names: prana, chi, ether, magnetic fluid, but they were all describing the same invisible pulse that animates your every breath. You can't grab it with your hands, yet you know when it's strong or when it's drained, because it colors how you think, move, and even dream. Isn't it curious that what truly fuels life is the one thing we're never taught to consciously use? Think of it like a river flowing quietly beneath the surface. When it runs wild, you feel scattered and restless, but when it's guided, that river can turn a barren field into a garden. Eliphas Levi compared it exactly to water, always moving, yet ready to be channeled by will. Franz Bardon went further, calling it the link between body, soul, and spirit, the golden thread holding the human experience together. If this river is always flowing, wouldn't it make sense to learn how to steer it instead of letting chance do the job? You've already felt glimpses of this force without realizing. Remember that day you were healthy, clear-minded, and suddenly your ideas seemed magnetic? That's energy manifesting in body, mind, and intention all at once. The opposite happens too. When you're sick, your thoughts spiral, and emotions weigh heavy, your energy feels drained like a battery about to die. This invisible current is measurable through how alive you feel in a given moment. So what would happen if you could recharge it on command? Here's a simple practice. Close your eyes for just 10 seconds. Inhale slowly, feel the air expand your chest, then exhale and notice a soft warmth behind your hands or heart. That subtle pulse is the life current itself, always waiting for your attention. Don't rush it, just notice how it tingles, like static electricity under the skin. By practicing short moments of awareness like this, you train your inner senses to recognize the energy flowing through you. And once you recognize it, you can begin to shape it. Ready to try this a few times today? The truth is, shaping energy isn't about magic tricks, it's about intention made tangible. When you focus thoughts with clarity, they ripple into reality. When you transform emotions like anger into courage, you literally redirect that river inside you. With consistent practice, this force elevates not just the body but the soul itself, turning ordinary moments into luminous experiences. And if this current is so powerful, what happens when body, mind, and spirit aren't aligned to hold it? That's where the next step unfolds, because no river flows harmoniously without strong banks to guide it. The energy you just felt can only stay stable if body, mind, and spirit work in unison, like three strings tuned to the same chord. Without that balance, the river floods or dries up. So how do you find the right harmony between these three pillars? Imagine trying to play a violin with one string loose. It doesn't matter how skilled you are, the sound will always be off. That's exactly what happens when body, mind, and spirit aren't tuned together. Aleister Crowley often said energy mastery is impossible without this threefold equilibrium. Your body fuels the current, your mind directs it, and your spirit anchors it. If one pillar wobbles, the entire structure of your energy field collapses. Isn't it striking how much depends on keeping all three aligned? Let's start with the body. Nutrition, movement, and especially conscious breathing are its fuel. Skip a meal or drown in junk food, and your energy turns sluggish. But eat clean, stretch daily, breathe deeply, and you'll notice your current flows more smoothly, like oil poured on rusty gears. It's simple, but overlooked, because most people wait until their body breaks down before paying attention. So, could strengthening your body be the very first step to unlocking more energy? Now, the mind. Thoughts are like tuning forks, every single one vibrates through your field, affecting how energy circulates. Scatter them with worry or self-doubt, and your current becomes fragmented. Sharpen them with clarity and purpose, and suddenly your energy feels concentrated, ready to act. That's why practices like journaling or daily visualization can work wonders. Write down one clear intention every morning, and watch how it colors your entire day. Have you noticed how even one powerful thought can shift your whole mood? Then comes the spirit, the most subtle yet the deepest source. It's the invisible root that keeps the whole system alive. Without it, body and mind are like instruments with no musician. Connecting here isn't about religion, it's about recognizing that spark of awareness that's been with you since childhood, watching through your eyes. Sit in silence for just 20 seconds now, feel the breath rise and fall, and notice the still witness behind it all. Doesn't that presence feel like the anchor you've been overlooking? Here's where things get interesting. When one pillar is weak, the others suffer. A sick body clouds the mind, a restless mind disconnects the spirit, a neglected spirit drains the body. But when they're harmonized, energy circulates like music, fluid, coherent, and strong. That's why the greatest masters never separated the three. They trained their bodies, disciplined their minds, and nourished their spirit all at once. If harmony creates flow, what happens when energy itself is understood as breath, the very chi of life? Because the next step takes us eastward, into the traditions that mapped this current with incredible precision. The Chinese called it qi, the very breath of life flowing through hidden pathways in the body. And when you learn how it moves, you begin to understand not just health, but awakening itself. Curious how those ancient maps still guide practitioners today? Picture this, the breath you just took wasn't only oxygen, it was qi, the same life force the Chinese have honored for thousands of years. They called it the breath of life, not just because it keeps the body alive, but because it weaves together mind, emotion, and spirit. Qi is both material and immaterial, fueling digestion, circulation, and organ function, while also shaping clarity, moods, and even spiritual awareness. Doesn't that make every inhale feel like a sacred act? The ancients described the meridian system, invisible rivers where qi flows. 12 main channels connect to vital organs, the heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, while 8 extraordinary ones act as reservoirs, balancing the flow. Imagine it like a city with highways and backroads. When traffic runs smooth, the city thrives. When it's blocked, chaos erupts. Modern acupuncture, tai chi, and qigong all work on this principle. Have you ever felt tension melt away after moving or stretching, as if a blocked road suddenly reopened? Health in this tradition is simple. Free-flowing qi equals balance, blockages equal disease. If qi stagnates in the lungs, sadness weighs heavy. If it flares in the liver, anger bursts uncontrollably. Think about it. How often have you noticed emotions showing up in your body, like fear in the belly or grief in the chest? The Chinese weren't being poetic, they were mapping the lived connection between body and emotion. So, could listening to your body be the first way to read your own qi? Cultivating qi also meant harmonizing yin and yang, the passive and active, the dark and light, the receptive and the expressive. Too much yin in life feels stagnant, too much yang and you burn out. Taoist masters designed movements like qigong to restore that balance. Try this for 20 seconds, stand still, close your eyes, and sway gently as you breathe. Feel the weight shift from foot to foot, like water moving in a bowl. Can you sense how your body naturally seeks equilibrium? But Qi wasn't just about health, it was the bridge to awakening. By aligning breath and movement, practitioners claimed they could dissolve illusions and feel united with the cosmos itself. Qigong wasn't exercise, it was a ritual of connection, where every gesture tuned the body to universal rhythm. When you practice this awareness, you realize Qi isn't just in you, it's in trees, rivers, even the stars above. Doesn't it change everything to see yourself as part of one great breathing universe? And yet, knowing Qi exists is just the beginning. The real challenge is learning to feel it directly, to touch it like a current between your hands or a warmth in your belly. That's why simple, practical exercises matter. They make the unseen seen. So how can you start sensing this energy right now, without waiting years for mastery? Awareness of energy isn't theory, it's something you can feel with your own senses right now. One of the simplest practices is a body scan. Sit or lie comfortably, close your eyes, and slowly bring attention from your feet upward. Notice subtle sensations, warmth, tingling, or even emptiness, as if you're turning on lights in each room of a house. The more you scan, the more the nervous system relaxes, and suddenly the body feels like an orchestra you can finally hear. Wouldn't it be fascinating if you could tune this orchestra on command? Another doorway is conscious abdominal breathing. Place one hand on your stomach, inhale deeply through the nose, let your belly expand like a balloon, then exhale through the mouth, contracting gently. Within a few rounds, you'll feel calmer, more centered, and alive in a way ordinary breathing never delivers. Ancient masters called the lower abdomen the dantian, your internal battery. Isn't it wild that by simply changing how you breathe, you can literally recharge your inner power source? Now try something playful, bring your palms close together at chest level, without touching. Inhale deeply, hold for 4 seconds, then exhale while imagining a warm glow between your hands. After a few rounds, many people notice a subtle pressure or tingling, like holding a magnetic field. That's not imagination, it's your awareness brushing against the energy field. Once you feel it, the invisible becomes tangible. Wouldn't practicing this daily make you more fluent in your own energy language? These micro-practices don't require hours or special tools, just presence. 10 to 30 seconds of attention can shift how energy flows through you. Think of them like quick resets, clearing the static so your current flows smoothly again. The more often you return to these resets, the easier it becomes to sense when energy is blocked or strong. Doesn't that sound like the foundation for deeper mastery, one step at a time? Here's a challenge for you. Pause this video later today and try a 1-minute routine. Body scan, belly breath, palms energy. Feel into each step like tasting 3 different flavors of the same fruit. If one feels stronger, note it in a journal. Over time, you'll notice patterns in how your energy responds. Stay with me, because learning how to notice is just the first layer. Next, you'll see how emotions themselves can hijack or harmonize your energy field. Isn't that the part everyone secretly wants to master? Because here's the truth, energy doesn't just sit in your body, it moves with every feeling you have. Joy expands it, fear contracts it, anger scatters it. And unless you learn how to guide emotions, they'll steer your energy without asking permission. So, how do you transform emotions from saboteurs into allies on your path? Emotions aren't random moods, they're pure energy in motion, shaping everything from your heartbeat to the way you see the world. Think of joy as sunlight flooding a room, instantly lifting the atmosphere, while fear feels like a shadow blocking the windows. Both are made of the same current, only directed differently. The question isn't whether emotions control energy, they already do. The real question is, are you the driver, or are you just along for the ride? Positive emotions like love, gratitude, and enthusiasm expand the current, making it radiant and magnetic. Haven't you noticed how being in love or deeply thankful seems to attract opportunities, people, even synchronicities? That's not luck, that's resonance. Your field literally vibrates higher, and reality responds. On the flip side, anger, sadness, or resentment shrink the current, causing stagnation. It's like trying to run with weights tied to your ankles. Wouldn't learning to flip that switch be worth the effort? In Taoist tradition, each organ resonates with emotions. The liver flares with anger, the kidneys shrink under fear, the lungs collapse with grief. It's poetic, yes, but also physiological. Ever felt your chest tighten when sad, or your stomach knot in fear? These aren't metaphors, they're signals. By learning to balance emotions, you're not just healing the mind, you're protecting your organs. Doesn't it change how you view emotional baggage when you realize it weighs on your body too? Western esoteric teachings echo the same idea. Scattered emotions scatter energy, preventing manifestation. Think of a candle flame flickering wildly in the wind, it can't light anything steadily. But when emotions are centered, that flame burns clear, strong, and steady. Emotional mastery isn't about suppressing feelings, it's about redirecting them. Anger can be turned into drive, fear into awareness, sadness into compassion. Which of your emotions could become your greatest ally if you guided it instead of fighting it? Here's a quick practice. Close your eyes for 15 seconds. Recall a moment of genuine gratitude, someone's smile, a small kindness, a memory that warms your chest. Breathe into that feeling, let it expand through your body like a glow filling every cell. That's emotional energy amplifying your field. Repeat this daily, and you'll notice situations that once drained you suddenly feel lighter. Isn't it incredible how one memory can rewire your entire state in under a minute? But emotions don't work alone, they need direction. Without intention, emotional energy is like a river flooding aimlessly. With intention, it becomes a powerful current driving straight toward your goals. So, how do you set that direction clearly and keep it unwavering, even when distractions try to pull you off course? Intention is more than a casual wish, it's the inner command that tells your energy where to go. Picture it like setting a destination on a compass. The needle points, and everything inside you begins to align with that direction. But without clarity, intention is foggy, like asking a ship to sail without a map. Haven't you noticed how the times you were most determined often brought results faster than when you only hoped something would happen? Concentration, then, is the fuel that keeps the ship steady on its course. Imagine holding a magnifying glass in the sun. Diffuse light warms, but focused light ignites fire. Your mind works the same way. A scattered mind leaks energy everywhere, but a focused one becomes unstoppable. Simple practices, like meditation, dharana in yoga, or even staring at a single flame, train your brain to hold attention without wavering. How much more powerful would your goals be if your focus burned like a laser instead of flickering like a candle? When intention and concentration unite, energy flows like an arrow launched toward a target. Intention sets the aim, concentration carries it through. This is why every great yogi, mystic, or magician emphasized these two as the foundation of mastery. Franz Bardon even wrote that without them, no spiritual practice bears fruit. Could it be that what separates daydreaming from manifestation is just this precise union? Here's a simple exercise. Close your eyes, take a slow breath, and think of one clear desire, not vague, but vivid. See it, feel it, breathe it. Hold the image steady for 20 seconds without letting your mind wander. When thoughts intrude, gently pull them back. That tug-of-war is the training itself, sharpening focus like lifting weights strengthens muscle. Wouldn't practicing this daily make your intentions harder to break? It's easy to underestimate how often we scatter our energy, scrolling aimlessly, multitasking, worrying about 10 things at once. Each distraction is a leak in your field. But imagine plugging those leaks and channeling that same current into one clear purpose. Over time, results compound like drops filling a bucket. Doesn't that make you wonder what you could achieve if you reclaimed even half of the energy you waste? And just when you think intention and concentration are enough, another dimension unfolds. Breath itself, the ancient rhythm of life, can be used to balance and amplify energy like nothing else. Curious how the simple act of inhaling and exhaling could turn into the most profound tool of all? Breath is the oldest teacher, and yet most people only scratch its surface. The yogis discovered that controlling the inhale and exhale wasn't just about oxygen, it was about steering life force itself. Among their most powerful tools is Nadi Shodhana, the alternate nostril breathing practice. It looks simple, but it balances your entire energy system in minutes. Doesn't it sound almost too easy that something so ancient could still reset body and mind today? Here's how it works. Sit with a straight spine, place your right thumb over the right nostril, and inhale slowly through the left. Close the left with your ring finger, exhale through the right, then inhale through the right and release through the left. One cycle already starts to shift the inner rhythm. Try it for just 3 rounds, and you'll feel calmer, clearer, as if someone wiped fog off the window of your mind. Wouldn't 3 minutes of this be worth more than an hour of scrolling aimlessly? Symbolically, this breath unites the dualities inside you. The left nostril connects with lunar, feminine, cooling energy, the right with solar, masculine, warming force. In a world that constantly pulls us to extremes, this practice braids them together into harmony. You don't need to believe in symbols to feel it. Your nervous system responds instantly. Haven't you noticed how your mood shifts depending on which side of your nose feels open when you breathe? The benefits go beyond calmness. Science now confirms what yogis intuited: alternate nostril breathing balances both hemispheres of the brain, boosting concentration and emotional regulation. It's like pressing a reset button for your entire system. And if done daily, it strengthens the ability to focus intention, making manifestation not just mystical talk, but practical reality. Could breath really be the bridge between ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience? Let's try a micro practice right now. Close your eyes, lift your hand, block your right nostril, inhale gently through the left. Pause. Switch, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, switch, exhale through the left. That's 1 round. Notice the stillness it leaves behind, like a pause between 2 notes in music. Doesn't that silence feel like the doorway to something deeper? Because breath mastery isn't the end, it's the gateway. Once you've tuned your energy with practices like this, the real path begins, shaping emotions, thoughts, and breath into a daily discipline that transforms not just moments, but entire lives. So how do you weave all these elements into a path of mastery anyone can walk? Mastery isn't about grand gestures, it begins with the smallest foundations. The way you sit, the way you breathe, the way you notice sensations in your body. Posture, awareness, and breath are like the soil. Without them, no practice can grow. It might sound too simple, but these roots decide whether your energy becomes steady or chaotic. Haven't you seen how even standing tall changes your confidence instantly, compared to slouching? Once the basics are firm, emotional mastery comes next. You've already seen how emotions can fuel or sabotage your energy. Training here means learning to pause before reacting, to breathe before exploding, to shift sadness into compassion. Think of it like learning to steer a wild horse, not by fighting, but by guiding. With practice, emotions become allies instead of enemies. Wouldn't it be life-changing if your strongest emotion was always your sharpest tool? Visualization and meditation deepen the path. When you picture your goal with clarity and sit in silence to hold it, intention and concentration fuse into something magnetic. Athletes use this, artists use it, mystics use it, it works across every field. The difference between wishing and creating often lies in whether the mind can hold the image long enough for energy to crystallize. Have you ever noticed how reality seems to follow what you rehearse internally? But here's the secret ingredient: consistency. 5 to 10 minutes daily may not sound like much, but it builds momentum, layer by layer, until results compound. Miss a day, and nothing falls apart. Practice daily, and the shifts become undeniable. It's like saving coins in a jar. At first it feels small, but suddenly it's overflowing. Doesn't mastery sound less like magic and more like persistence done wisely? Over time, the practitioner stops asking if energy is real. They feel it, live it, shape it. Thoughts manifest faster, emotions feel clearer, and even the body grows lighter, more vibrant. This isn't theory anymore, it becomes lived truth. And once you know you can direct the river of energy within, life no longer feels like it happens to you, it happens through you. Wouldn't that flip everything you thought you knew about control? Because this is only the beginning. Energy control opens a doorway to shaping reality itself, but before that, you need the first spark, the first direct taste that makes you believe. And that's exactly what this journey has been building toward. So, what if in the next breath, you could feel mastery begin right now? Now you know the first steps to awaken the energy that's been shaping your life in silence. Don't just let this be another idea you heard and forgot. Take one of the practices, try it today, and watch how quickly your body, emotions, and mind begin to shift. Transformation doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing, and every breath is a new chance to step into mastery. What's stopping you from trying right now? The truth is, energy responds to movement, not theory. So sit tall, breathe with intention, and feel the current for yourself. And while you're here, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the deeper layers we'll unfold together. Like this video if you felt something stir, and share it with someone you know who needs this reminder. The more of us who reclaim our energy, the stronger the ripple effect becomes. Tell me, gratitude. That's the single word I want to hear from you in the comments. Let it be your first declaration that you're choosing to flow instead of stagnate. Because once you speak it, you've already started shifting the current. And when you do, you'll notice life begins to mirror back that same frequency. Isn't it time the world reflected the energy you truly want to live in? And we're just getting started. In the next video waiting on your screen, you'll discover the deeper practice almost no one talks about, the step that transforms energy control into real manifestation. Don't just watch, step through that doorway, because your path of mastery is only beginning.